सो हांव तुमकां ब्लड ग्रुपींग म्हटल्यार कितें हें एक्सप्लेन करतलें. सो ब्लड ग्रुपींग हें म्हटल्यार क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ ब्लड. सो आमच्या बॉडीन 4 तरेच्यो मेन ब्लड ग्रुप्स आसता. ते म्हटल्यार ब्लड ग्रुप ए, ब्लड ग्रुप बी, ब्लड ग्रुप ए बी आनी ब्लड ग्रुप डी. सो हे ब्लड ग्रुप्स आहात ते कशे डिटरमाइन जाता जाल्यार आमच्या बॉडीन जे ब्लड आसा तातून आरबीसीस आसा तांचे सरफेसाचेर खंयची एंटीजन प्रेजेंट आसा ती जर एंटीजन ए आसा और एंटीजन बी हाचे वयल्यान आमचो ब्लड ग्रुप डिटरमाइन जाता. तशेंच आमचे ब्लड ग्रुप आसा ते पॉझिटिव्ह आसा काय नेगेटिव्ह हे कशें डिटरमाइन जाता तर आमचे आरबीसीचेर प्रेजेंस ऑफ आरएच फॅक्टर आसा और ना हाचे वयल्यान आमचे ब्लड ग्रुप पॉझिटिव्ह काय नेगेटिव्ह ते डिटरमाइन जाता. सो आमी हे ब्लड ग्रुपींग कित्याक लागून करप जर आमची कितें एमर्जन्सी सिच्युएशन आसा तेन्ना जर पेशंटाक ब्लड ग्रुप जाय जाल्यार तेन्ना ते आमकां डायरेक्टली दिवपाक मेळपाक जाय. पेशंटाचे ब्लड ग्रुप जर ए आसा जाल्यार तेका आमी मॅच जावपीच ब्लड ग्रुप दिवचे पडटा. ताका मिसमॅच जावपी ब्लड ग्रुप दिल्ल्या उपकार ना. ताच्या कारणान जर आमी क्रॉस मॅच जावपाक शकता त्याच्या बॉडीन रिएक्शन्स जावपाक शकता जाच्या कारणान आरबीसी लेवल आसा तो डिक्रीज जावपाक शकता. अनेमिया जॉन्डिस अशे काही दुयेंतां जावपाक शकता. तर आमी आतां पळोवया हे ब्लड ग्रुपींग कशें करता ते. आमी कितें करता पयलीं ब्लड सॅम्पल घेता आनी ताचे 3 थेंबे घेता. मागीर आमी तातून एंटीसिरा ए तसोच एंटीसिरा बी आनी एंटीसिरा डी हो घालता. मागीर ते आमी मिक्स करून घेता आनी अग्लुटिनेशन म्हणजेच क्लम्पिंग हाच्या खातीर रावता. मागीर ज्या ब्लड सॅम्पलान अग्लुटिनेशन जाता तो आमचो ब्लड ग्रुप ठरयता. सो आतां फर्स्ट हातून जर अग्लुटिनेशन जालें जाल्यार आमचो ब्लड ग्रुप ए, जर सेकंड हातून जालो जाल्यार ब्लड ग्रुप बी आनी दोनाय हातून जालो जाल्यार ब्लड ग्रुप ए बी आनी जर अग्लुटिनेशन दाखयच ना जाल्यार आमचो ब्लड ग्रुप ओ. तशेंच लास्ट हातून जर ब्लड क्लम्पिंग आसा जाल्यार आमचो ब्लड ग्रुप पॉझिटिव्ह आनी जर क्लम्पिंग ना जाल्यार ब्लड ग्रुप नेगेटिव्ह.
So my topic is pasteurization of milk. So what is pasteurization? Pasteurization is a process in which the milk is heated at a high temperature, it is cooled and then it is packed into the packets and tetra packs. So the milk which you drink is pasteurized milk. So to test this we have taken the 2 sample, we have taken the pasteurized milk and we have taken the raw milk. So basically we are performing the phosphatase test. The phosphatase test is used to detect the enzyme alkaline phosphatase. So the enzyme is present in both. It is present in pasteurized milk as well as in raw milk. But the thing is in pasteurized milk, the enzyme is inactive, it is killed in this milk, whereas in raw milk the enzyme is present. So to detect this we have added a reagent p-nitrophenyl phosphatase. In this the enzyme which is there, it will react with the reagent and it will break down and it will releases a yellow color which shows that there is an inadequate pasteurization which is happening over there, and there is no color change in this as the same reagent is added in the pasteurized milk. And here you can see the milk is adequate pasteurization, it is fully pasteurized, and this milk is not pasteurized. So we have to boil the milk and we have to drink so that the harmful bacteria or the organism which causes the illness, the foodborne diseases are basically killed and you are safe from this. The pasteurized milk is safe for drinking and you can drink the milk as the harmful bacteria which are there are basically killed in this. Thank you.
So these are the crowded plates showing the mad growth of the bacteria. So we have taken the colonies from this plate and we have checked their antibiotic sensitivity or resistance. So these are the different antibiotics we have used. So this antibiotic is showing the resistance towards the this antibiotic is showing the sensitivity towards the organism, that is it is killing the organism, and this is showing the resistance towards the organism, means it's not killing the organism. So antibiotics are used to cure the diseases. Different antibiotics are used, that are chloramphenicol, then penicillium, rifampicin. So these are the different antibiotics we use to kill the organisms.
So in this experiment, we'll be learning about the morphology of the bacteria. So morphology is basically the what is the shape of the bacteria, how it appears in the microscope, and what kind of colonies they are, and what kind of pigments they produce. We will be studying under the morphology. So this is called as the Petri plate. Under the Petri plate, there is an jelly-like substance which is called as the agar. So this agar is the medium which helps to grow the microorganism. So this medium is giving a shiny color of colony. If a shiny color of colony is present into the media, it indicates the presence of E. coli. And E. coli is responsible for diarrhea and food poisoning into the humans. This is another pathogenic microorganism. It is called as Salmonella typhi or Salmonella paratyphi. So this Salmonella paratyphi is responsible for causing typhoid fever into the humans. This is Pseudomonas. It is very much essential in the environment because it is known to degrade plastic, and it is observed that it is also responsible for the degradation of the oil spills which are present into the marine environment. This is the Vibrio which has been isolated from fish. So if we consume raw fish or undercooked fish, then we can get food poisoning. This is a red pigmented culture. It is called as Serratia marcescens. So these pigments which are produced by these bacteria are used in various cosmetic industries. So for making lipsticks, sunscreens, etc. And these pigments are basically produced when this organism is under stress. So these are the various pigmented colonies showing different colors. This is the fungus which can produce mycotoxins and can kill other microorganisms. So it is basically grown on moist environments and moist media, such as it can be grown on it can be grown on bread molds, etc. So this is the morphology where we'll be learning about the shapes and their gram character. So we have mounted specimens onto the microscope, which helps us to determine which of the organism is involved into the media. So under morphology, we'll be staining the sample to look under the microscope. So basically, we do gram staining for observing the microorganisms. It is basically done for bacteria, okay? And for fungus, we have to do monochrome staining. So there are various staining samples we have done and placed over here. So this is the typhi which causes typhoid fever. This is the S. aureus which causes skin infection into the human. This is E. coli which causes diarrhea, and this is the actinomyces which is responsible for the giving distinct odor into the soil.
And माझा टॉपिक असा bioluminescence. So bioluminescence is a natural emission of light. So these are some of the example of bioluminescence organisms, and it is the most common is the Vibrio fischeri bacteria. So this is like a natural phenomenon in which the light is produced by the living organism by an enzyme luciferase in the presence of oxygen. So when the substrate luciferin is present, the luciferase enzyme binds with the oxygen to produce this light. So there are blue, green or yellowish color light. So some of the example of the microorganisms are the squids, lanternfish, fireflies, dinoflagellates, corals, honey mushrooms and all. So we have taken a sample from a squid from the ink sac, and we had removed the ink sac, and we had serially diluted the sample up to 10 raised to 6 dilution. So 10 raised to minus 1, 10 raised to minus 2, 10 raised to minus 3, 10 raised to minus 4, 10 raised to minus 5, 10 raised to minus 6. And the first dilution we had spread plated, and we had kept for incubation for around 17 hours, and we had got this type of colonies. So they give a bioluminescence color.